Hey guys, it's your host Rannalt here, back with another Minecraft tutorial, Summer of Star Wars edition, and this is a special back to school edition, so we're doing the B-Wing, another one of my favorite starfighters from the original Star Wars trilogy. Let's take a look at it here. If you've ever been in my Star Wars map before, you'll notice that this is a new B-Wing design, and what I've done is I've combined it basically with the Lego B-Wing kit and the schematics that I could find, and it's a little bit bigger. Let's take a look at it here at nighttime, because I want you to see these engines on the back. And there's two yellow lights on the front now too, underneath the tall wings that we're not going to see here, but man, they look really cool. You can see with the new stained glass, I did some more updates also. So I've got some orange stained glass on the rear. But let's take a look at our inventory here. What we're going to need is some stone, some light gray wool, some gray wool, some quartz, some stone slab, regular glass, furnaces, yellow wool, stone brick stairs, and then we got some more stuff here. We got dispensers, some power rails, some glowstone, some pressure plates we're not really going to use, some buttons, some ladders. We've got 3 more stained glasses. We've got yellow, orange, and red. We've got levers, quartz stairs, anvils, and red wool. We're not really going to use the pressure plate. That's from the old design. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with the very front nose here, and we're going to build the cockpit. So up in the air, you're going to need it pretty high because the wings are pretty tall. You're going to go ahead and start with the stone, and you're going to make this little T-shape pyramid. And then what you're going to do is you step it back 2, and then you're going to step it back again. And you're going to run it back 7 blocks. So we've got our first block, we step it back 2, and then we're going to run it back 7. Alright, and then with yellow glass here, we're going to make our cockpit windshield. So we're going to lay 2 pieces, and then we're going to make like this little T-shape around the back edge of it. Okay, so on these long legs, 1 block back, you're going to place some stone, or sorry, light gray wool. You're going to leave a gap of 2 where you're going to place yellow, and then you're going to place 2 more blocks of light gray wool. And then right behind that, along the 6 blocks, you're going to run some stone brick stairs. Sorry, I kept saying 6, 6, 6. It's 7 blocks for the stone and then 6 for the stairs. And then you're going to step it back up and you're going to run another row of stairs on both sides. And this is going to start giving us our rounded like pod shape for the cockpit. Because the cockpit of the B-Wing, and this is like the coolest thing about the B-Wing, right? Is it is like a pod and the entire ship can spin around that pod. So we're going to repeat the same thing underneath. Except this time, obviously, we're going to flip the stairs upside down. So it makes this cylinder shape that we're looking for. Oh, man. You'd think I've been drinking or something. Alright, and then let's just pull this one all the way down. Let me get a sip of this Red Bull here. Okay, so underneath here, you can see we placed some stone. And then what we're going to do is along the front, we're going to place some upside down stairs. And then right down here underneath it, we're going to wrap the stairs. So we'll place one here in the center. And then we'll do one on each corner, and you can see it makes the nice wrapped stair connector right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get some dispensers here, or some furnaces, it doesn't matter, either one. And we're going to line the bottom here, because we're just looking for that metallic grid shape on the bottom of the container. We're going to go ahead and pull this one more block down, and then this stone that's on the back here, we're going to replace, or sorry, we're going to extend it with gray wool. So we're going to place a block of gray wool right behind the stone. No, hold on. This is looking a little wonky. Yep, no, that's right. So we got 2 half slabs, 2 yellow, and then a block of stone. And what we're doing with the yellow is basically we're making a stripe that's going to go around the pod. Alright, and all we're doing there with the quartz is we're just making a platform that I can squat on, so I can place these furnaces in here and not mess with them. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a T shape with the furnaces in the center, and you're going to place gray wool along the top, and then in the bottom corners you're going to place gray wool also. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some slabs and we're going to run some slabs across here, across the top, to give this some definition on the back. Like this is some kind of exhaust or some ventilation kind of system thing going on for the cockpit. And then we're going to wrap the stairs around right there again. Alright, and this is not like me, but I'm going to go ahead and just get started, and I'm going to knock out the cockpit since it's pretty much done. We just got to fill it in. So we're going to need some ladders here so you can get in and out of the cockpit. And you're going to need 2 ladders, one on the gray right here, and then one on the furnace. That bottom one that I laid there, we'll get rid of it, because what we'll do is we'll lay another layer of furnaces along the floor of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do quartz on the sides, and then we'll do furnaces again in the center. So we have this like aircraft aluminum look strip. Alright, we're going to go ahead and throw our seat down. So that there's one furnace and then the stone in front of it. And then on the stone, we're going to go ahead and place a lever. There we go. And you can get creative. You can put some like note blocks or something in here, or some jukeboxes or something. That might be kind of cool. So we get some like buttons and lights and stuff like the inside of a cockpit would have. So we're not going to need the lever anymore, so let's go ahead and replace the lever with these jukeboxes. And there we go. Now it's a little more Star Wars-y. Let's kind of fill this in a little bit better back here. Just kind of thicken it up a bit, because the cockpits are a little cramped. And we'll use this redstone repeater just to add some more texture and detail to these blocks and make it more Star Wars. And I've mentioned this before in my videos, in the model shops when they would build these in the 70s and stuff, and they still have this term there today, is like they ask, like, is it crunchy enough? Like, does it have enough of the little Star Warsian details, you know? So we're going to place a trapdoor here, make sure that it opens so you can access the ladder, and you don't want it flush with the top. You want that divot in there. So we're going to go ahead and start the long wing. So even with this block, that's number 1. Let's change these to gray wool so we can identify it better. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we're going to come out 25 blocks long here just for the stone of the wing. And we're going to come back to the front, even with the pod, and we're going to drag it all the way back, same length. overshot that there a little bit. Alright, so you see they're the same length. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just fill in this whole area right here with this light gray wool. And this is going to be the base for our primary wing design. And a difference between this B-wing and my original design that you may have seen before is, like, this wing alone, in my original design, this part right here is only 7 blocks long. And we've made it, you know, this much longer. So what we're going to do now is, with the light gray wool, we are going to come up 4 blocks even with the stone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to step it in 1 block. And you're going to come out 7 more. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to go ahead and close that off. And you're going to fill this in with the light gray wool. So our next step is the wing tips, and if you notice, the wing tips are all really dark, so they're just gray wool. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop in here two blocks. So we're going to make a little 2x3, and we're going to fill that in with gray wool. And then we're going to make a row even, or sorry, 2 rows even. Or a 3, yeah. So you make this 2x3x2 like cross, or 1x3x1, depending on which way you're looking at it. But you can see how each color kind of just steps in a little bit, and it gets more and more narrow. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a row of 3 stone brick stairs here in just normal position, and then using a quartz block, we're going to make this like kind of ammo pod thing that's on the side. So you're going to run a row of 7 blocks, quartz blocks, and then the tips, you're going to make like this like bone with the half slabs. And then you're going to place stairs facing the half slabs, so you have like this nice long ramp. And then in between the stairs, we're going to place the quartz block. So we have like this eye-shaped ammo pod for the gun. And then the main gun on the end of the B-wing is a little weird looking, so I've completely changed the design on this. What you're going to do on the back, and then 1 block front of center, you're going to place stone, and then in between that, you're going to place 2 blocks of gray wool. And then you're going to run 3 half slabs off the bottom of that stone towards the front, and then 2 half slabs from the top of that stone towards the front. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a dispenser facing forward on the front of this top half slab. Nope, facing forward, facing forward. There we go. And it's got like this weird like 2-rail gun thing. Alright, so let's start the engine here. And you're going to, a gap of 2 from the cockpit, and then you're going to run stairs all the way across the width of it. Behind the stairs, you're going to place stone blocks. In between there, we've got, you can see I ran 4 blocks of gray wool, and then you're just going to mirror it on the other side. So stone and then the stairs. So we've got like this slope coming up towards the center. You're going to place 2 blocks below and in front of the stone, facing the front of the B-wing. And then in between there, even with the gray wool, you're going to do 2 sets of stairs smushed together. And then we're basically just making a mirror of the top that we already just made. So then, you know, we're going to have some stone right here. And it's going to run back the length or the width of the wing. Oh, Did I just screw that up? There we go. We'll connect that there. And what we're going to do is in between these stairs here, we're going to double thicken this. Because where it comes off the cockpit, the wing is like thicker and it connects to the engine, and then the wing kind of slims out. Yep. I knew I did that wrong. Let me get rid of that. The block is supposed to be on the outside of the gray wool and not behind the gray wool. So if you guys caught that earlier before I mentioned anything, kudos to you. So the block goes on the outside edge of the black wool, or the gray wool, and then runs the length. And this is supposed to be stone, not like gray wool. There we go. And now let's run the stairs. And then the next set along the top, boom, and now it's even. Oh, we got to fill in that little hole right there real quick. Alright, so like I said before, what we're going to do is we're going to double thicken this up. So let's get rid of this row of stairs here on the cockpit. And what we're going to do is we're going to take stone, and basically that little rectangle gap that we just made right there, we're going to fill it in. So from the bottom of the wing, it's smooth stone right there. From the top, we've got the light gray wool in the middle. So again, the B-wing is cool. It's a little complex because it's an asymmetrical build, and a lot of stuff is different from one side to the other. We're going to get rid of those stairs because the wings are going to go in there. We're not going to need them. They're just going to get in our way. So on top of the gray wool here, on top of the wing, what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this big rectangular opening over where our engine is going to be. And we're going to mirror it on the bottom. So make sure you don't overhang your stone. You're just filling in that space that we created. And make sure that your stone slab is stepped up half a slab, not even with the top, because this is just also adding texture and depth to it. We're going to go ahead and take this stone and we'll just place them here on top, or underneath, or on top of these stairs where the other stairs were. There you go, and you can see how the the engine and the wing are starting to take shape together. What we're going to do here is we're going to knock out these two blocks, and we're going to replace them with gray wool. And then we're going to knock out a 2x2 down here, and we're going to put in some dispensers so that it looks like the top of the engine, or like maybe an access panel or something, so that you can get into the engine to work on it, because it's Star Wars and everything is functional and everything is always broken down. Now what we're going to do on the bottom is a little different, because this is like the skid landing plate for the B-wing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take gray wool and then light gray wool. So it extends back one block further than the top, and so it's gray wool and then light gray wool. So we're going to need some ladders now, and on the gray wool here on the front, we're just going to place 4 ladders, and this is giving us like the fins, or like the grills on the front of the engine. Alright, now things are going to get a little tricky because we're going to be using anvils, and anvils don't like to play nice. So here in the center of the wing, you're going to place 4 anvils, so it's 2 blocks from the front. And you're going to do it above the stairs and then even with the stairs. And then what we need to do here is we need to make a framework so that we can put on our pod. So we've got a dispenser that faces forward on the first anvil, and then stone all the way the rest of the down, all the way the rest of the way down on the second anvil. And then on the top pod, it's a little different. What we're doing here is it's a little longer. It extends a block over on the front and the back. And then the center here is the quartz, and then we've got greywool in the front, and then stone or light gray wool on the back. And then we'll put a piece of red stained glass there also, and it'll look really awesome. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come underneath the wing of the bee wing, and we're gonna mirror it so that we have the pods also. And then, but make sure when you're building underneath the bee wing with the anvils, you build your pods first and then place the anvils on top of the pods, because the anvil will just fall. Like, it has to have something to lay on when you lay it down. So now you can see we've got these pods on the top and the bottom kind of hanging up and sticking down, and we got to do the other one now. So this is also an addition that my original bee wing design didn't have. And primarily because things like anvils didn't exist before, so there was no way that you could really make it look like there's something connecting it. It would just be like a free-floating form, or you'd have stairs there or something, and it would look real janky. So that looks a lot better. So let's go ahead and get started on the tall wings now that go up and down. What you're going to do is you're going to knock out this stone here, 3 on the front and the back, even with the engine. And then in the corners, you're going to run up 2 tall gray wool, and we're going to make like these 2 walls that go from the back to the front. And we're going to do it on the top and the bottom. And what this is doing basically is, if you think about it, the wings on the bee wing can collapse and they can come up. So it either looks like a T or it looks like a big, long, just wing. Well, this is like the mechanical housing that moves those wings up and down. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the top 3 center blocks there, or 2 actually. And on the front of the bee wing, what we're going to do is we're going to put these really cool new yellow lights. So we're going to put glowstone in, and then we're going to use yellow stained glass in front of it. And basically there's 2 lights on the top and 2 lights on the bottom, split by the wing. So you can see here we're going to place the glowstone 1 block back, and then flush with the front we're going to place the yellow stained glass. So you can see we've got the 2 sets of lights. And don't worry about the glowstone being exposed on the top there, because this is all going to get filled in with stairs and the wing is going to be there. So on the front here, what we're going to do is we're going to run 3 stairs, and make sure that your stairs get the wrapped little corners, that it's not just a row of 3. And if you're on a different version that can't do it, like I don't know if the iOS version for like iPad can wrap stairs like this or not. If it can't, that's fine. You just run your 3 stairs. But if, you know, preferably you want it wrapped like this. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and use some quartz stairs now. So what we're going to do is on the front and back, we're going to do this little wrapped thing. And then the 3 stairs in the center, we're going to do quartz. So here on the back again, we're going to wrap the stairs. And then I just placed that there so I could hang the block. So the way to ensure that you always wrap your stairs is place the center stair first and then place the outside stairs. Alright, we're going to go ahead and fill that in there with some quartz block. So you can do this on the top and bottom, mirroring each other. We'll go ahead and get the center white stairs in here. And I'm not even taking my own advice about placing the center block first. Like, you don't have to, like you saw I didn't just now, but it's just easier and faster. So back here, we're going to get some furnaces. And again, it's like I use furnaces for like exhaust all the time. In the Star Wars world, they're perfect for it. Like they've got like the nice chunky rivets and like this nice black gap. All right, so since we're working on exhaust, let's go ahead and knock out the thrusters for the engine since we're back here. So we are gonna need the orange stained glass now. We're not gonna need the furnaces for the engine. We're gonna need orange stained glass. The red stained glass, like I mentioned, we can throw on the back of those two pods there. So let's go ahead and clear out this center here a little bit because we're gonna have some glowstone and some stairs and stuff set up. Okay, so now you saw how we knocked that out. Off of these corners, we're gonna run 2 blocks of gray wool. And then you're gonna connect it in the center. So 2 out, 2 out, connect it in the center. And then we're gonna connect the edges. So we're making this little box like with table legs facing you. We need orange stained glass for this, not the red, because the thrusters on the B-wing are like orangish. So in each corner here, we're gonna place the no, that's too close together. That's not right. Oh no, the glowstone goes, yeah, on these corners. And then we're gonna place the orange stained glass in front of that, and then we're gonna switch to the stone brick stairs. So you can see how we're flipping the stairs. So when it's underneath, they face up, and we're boxing in the back area here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this little area in with stairs 2, flipped upside down. But we're gonna first, with this light gray wool, we're going to block in these walls so that we can put in the glowstone and then the stairs, and there won't be some silly gap. So back in here, we're just gonna make a little 2x2 of glowstone to fill in this gap, and then we're gonna take stairs. We're gonna place the bottom ones normal and then the top ones upside down. So you can see all this amazing texture we're getting in here. Now what we need to do is we need to outline the thrusters with half slabs here. And we're gonna connect those half slabs all the way up to the half slabs we used to fill in the top. We're gonna take our gray wool and we're gonna extend it 1 more block on the outside edges. We're gonna pull those stairs out all the way to the edge of the block, of the glass block. And then we're gonna do half slabs on the insides. And boom. That's how you make you some thrusters. Alright, so we're gonna do the tall center wings now. So in the center of the wing housing that we just made, we're gonna place 3 anvils. And then with gray wool here, or sorry, stone, you're gonna run it so that it's 5 blocks, and then you're gonna overhang it a 6th block. And then this front is really tall, so you're gonna come up 3 stone, and then you're gonna switch and you're gonna come up 9. You're gonna step back in, and then you're gonna come up 2. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna fill in the stone, and then on the back end we're gonna bring the stone up 5, and then you're gonna step in and you're gonna bring it up so that it's 1 block down, and we're gonna fill this area in right here with the light gray wool, except on the back we're only going to come up 3 tall, and it's not going to overhang the stone. And we're going to step in and come up 3 more, so the front of the wing is straight and the back of the wing kind of slopes in a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to mirror that on the bottom also. So let's go ahead and fill this in. And this is supposed to be quartz. And remember, our anvils are going to be there, so like I said before, we have to build our wing first because the anvils will just fall. So this is just framework here that I'm building so that I can put my anvils in. These blocks will not stay. So there's the bottom edge of my wing. I can get rid of these now. And then I can come in and I can place my 3 anvils. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, and we're just going to mirror it again. So that's going to come 3. This is going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to the light gray wool. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you're going to step in and come up 2. So 7 of the light gray and then 2. So then here again, we're going to come 3, step it in, and then come 3, and then connect it. And then we're going to go ahead and fill these all in with light gray wool. Alright, and just like the other wingtip, we are going to need our gray wool. Let me get some Red Bull here before I start. So using the gray wool here, you're going to knock out this like L shape. So it's 3 by 2. It's like 2 3x2s like together. And we're going to do the same thing here. So it's 1. We're going to knock this out. So just like it was on the bottom, it's 2 3x2s connected. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and put in our guns. So overhanging the back here, we've got quartz, and then we're going to switch to stone. We're going to do 2 stone blocks, and then 2 quartz, and then we're going to do 1 gray, and then a dispenser. So let me grab that. I'm not going to need the glowstone anymore. And then I've got a dispenser. And then on the guns of the B wing, the sides of these wings that face towards the cockpit, there's kind of like this thing that wraps around the gun. So on the top of the stone back here, or the stone, we've got half slabs, and then we got 2 sets of stairs opposing each other, so you get like this ramp. So like you can imagine if the wings were down, there'd be these ramps that kind of clamp the gun to the wing, I guess. So same thing here. We've got the 2 blocks, and then the 2 quartz, the gray, and then the dispenser, and then our 1 block of quartz overhanging the back. And we're going to do the same wrap here. So the 2 sets of stairs opposing, and then the half slabs. And this is another thing that I couldn't do on my previous design, was the like half slabs underneath stuff like that, or upside down stairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the paint detail on here. And basically it's got like 3 reddish orangish dots. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock out a 2x2 here, and we're just going to make a little 2x2 red dot in the wing. And we're going to mirror it on the bottom. So the same thing, a little 2x2 dot in the center of the wing. And we're going to put one on the long main wing also. And this one's a lot bigger. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little 4x3, 1 block down from the gray wool. Next, what we got to do is slope this wing a little bit. So we're going to make like this really big horseshoe, I guess, of half slabs. And we're going to come down below and we're going to do the same thing again. Okay, then we're going to come back on to the top. And we're going to go ahead and fill in those horseshoes. And you can do this below also. But what we're also going to do is we're going to bring this up so that it's even with the gray. And then along the back edge. So there's this little 1-stepped block here. So bring that all the way up to the edge of the red. Step it out. And then we're going to cover the red right there. And then fill this all in. But make sure you don't fill in the red dot. So the red's kind of like sunken into the wing a little bit. And that's it, guys. Let's put some buttons on. Just a couple, not a whole lot. We're going to put a couple just around the engine. And around the wings right here. So like you won't even really see them here. They just kind of add a little extra shadow. And let's use these power rails. Not going to need that. We'll come around to the back side here. We'll place a couple there and then another one here, just so it's a little extra, just a little more detail. And then we'll put 2 in here. And that's gonna wrap it up. Let's take a look at it from over here. Not too bad, looks pretty awesome, if I don't say so myself. So hey guys, this is your host Rannalt. Hoping you enjoyed this. Make sure you check out spanklevision.com and what do you want to build today?